Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today is a horoscope spread general reading for the sign of Taurus. Whether it's your sun, moon, Venus, or rising. When people ask your sign, that's just your sun sign. So I do advise to look also at your moon, your rising, and your Venus, just because there might be messages in there for you as well, or it might give you a better overall picture. It is a collective reading, so just take what resonates, and if it doesn't resonate now, it could in the future, or that message might just not be for you. So I have the sign of Taurus card in the middle, and around you I have a card for each of the 12 houses of the zodiac with a bonus card under the Taurus card. So right now I have them facing all towards me. When I go to each house, I'm going to turn them face towards you in the camera, so then you could see them. So just want to let you know I don't read reversals. I just go by intuition. So I'm going to, I have an extra card for each of the houses. So there's 2 cards in each placement. And in the extended, I'm going to clarify anything that came up in this reading. And that, like, with the same Gilded Tarot cards. Also in this reading, I do have a few Oracle cards from the Blessed Bee deck as what blessing is coming this month for you at the end of the reading, as well as a few tea leaf reading cards. And in the extended, I will be using also the Romance Angels, Angel Answers, Magical Mermaids and Dolphins, and I'll choose another deck based on whatever came up in your reading here. So we're going to jump in. So for the first house of Self, we have the 3 of Swords, clarified by the Justice. So I'm getting there was some past pain, heartbreak that you needed to get through, and I'm hearing breakthrough, and I think you're going to come into more balance and harmony within yourself. Your emotions are going to level out. So if there was this past pain, this past heartbreak that you were dealing with, it's time to remove the swords and start healing. And I'm getting well-being as well. So if you did go through a heartbreak, a hard time that I'm getting left crippled, this is a time where if you have been working on this, you're going to start to see things lighten your load and come into more balance. And again, we'll clarify that. Anything that was kind of unanswered within this reading, I'll get into more in the extended. I won't necessarily get into each house in the extended. It really just kind of depends on what comes up. However, as I go along, these situations might come back, because that sometimes will happen. So right now, obviously, if you've gone through a past heartbreak, just know that things are going to lessen, things are going to balance out. The second houses of finances, we have the King of Cups, clarified by the Knight of Swords. And I'm getting moneymaker. So it's funny because I was getting like, I was getting moneymaker, but then I was getting like, shake that moneymaker, and then I was getting clarity on what your moneymaker is. So I think for some of you, like, you need to expose or open up or reveal yourself more. If there's like a pursuit, if there's something business-wise that with this King of Cups, whether it's like in the creative field or a healing field, there's something where maybe you need to heal or reveal or expose is what I'm getting. So like, this could be a moneymaker for you, but it's like you have to kind of, like with what I was getting, shake that moneymaker, I was like, you have to like kind of reveal or show this. You have to unmask this. So if you've been contemplating about doing something like that is a passion project, is something that connects to you deeply, like within your heart space, this is maybe a time where you need to kind of start speaking your truth about that and kind of show that to the world. So even if it's just baby steps, there is something like along those lines I'm getting. The third house of communications, we have the 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the Ace of Cups. So for those of you single and ready to mingle, because this is my single independent woman card, or it could be single independent man, and it doesn't have to be a woman just because it's a woman depicted in the card. But the Ace of Cups, this is a new beginning, love-based new beginning. So if you are single, there could be a love coming into play for you. So this was the first card, obviously. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I think I did that for a reason, because look how she's not looking at this cup. So that was just a message for me right there even. So for some of you might not be open your eyes to this because you are focusing more on yourself, your self-growth, your pentacles, your money, your finances, your work, what you're wanting to create, your friendships even. Like, some of you are enjoying that single life. So some of you might not even be like ready for a new opportunity in love because you haven't even been thinking about it. So some of you, this will be like a nice surprise. You just have to be open to it. For some of you, and that's why I said for some of you, you're not seeing it. And for some of you might have been wanting this. And I am getting for maybe a couple of you, this is someone you already know. And they were kind of like in the back setting, I was getting. Okay. So that's something we'll look deeper in the extended, as I'll use the Romance Angel deck. Okay, the 4th house of home and family. You have the Judgment card, clarified by the 7 of Wands. So definitely there could have been, it's funny because I'll reveal the fortune cards later, but definitely there could be some family ties, family dramas. I'm getting family foes even. And, with this reading for December 2019, this is a timeless reading. So if you're watching this at a later date, it could resonate then. But if you are watching this for December 2019, of course, it's the time of the holidays. So that's when, you might see family that you normally don't see for some of you. And so definitely there could be these, I was definitely getting family foes. Like, it might not even be like big things. It could just be like, there might have been like a falling out is one thing I'm getting. For some of you, it could just be like a rivalry thing. Maybe someone's just bitter about their own standing in life. So they like to compete with you or like to joke with you, but it could be sometimes harsh. And it's just using your better judgment to like not let these things get to you. Don't be stressed. Don't let the stress of these people or situations get you down, is what I'm getting. Again, take what resonates. The 5th house of casual romance, creativity, children. You have the Lovers card and the 9 of Wands. So this definitely could have been a romantic partnership where you've kind of stood down, and maybe you're going more with the flow now. Like, maybe you were wanting this and then you just kind of realized, maybe if it wasn't happening or didn't seem like it was happening, you chose, because the other side of the Lovers card is it could be about choice. So you could have chosen to be like, okay, something, I'm good right here. And this is maybe where you chose to redirect the focus to yourself. For some of you, if this was regarding, like I said, with your finances and your moneymaker, if it was something, a passion project and you are in a creative field, this could be making that choice. I'm hearing something like you've come far, but there might be, in some sense, you could be holding yourself back, maybe possibly through like self-sabotage. Yeah, I'm getting something, it's like maybe something you dreamed up, you created, but maybe it's on pause for some reason. I'm also getting it could be like a block, like a creative block. So take what resonates, because there's different scenarios coming through. The 6th house of work and health. We have the 4 of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Swords. Okay, Another weird thing. Okay, I was getting something about pinching the penny or like and then I was kind of getting like an image of a piggy bank almost. So it's funny, the moneymaker, then pinching the penny and the piggy bank. The Four of Cups is normally like this board, this discontentment card. And the Ace of Swords, it's like, again, maybe another new beginning that maybe you're not seeing coming or you're not feeling quite prepared for is something I'm getting. But again, it's like maybe you're not seeing that it's there. And I'm also getting for some of you don't want to hold on to false hope. So this doesn't mean that there is false hope. It means that this is your perception of things. So if you are stuck in a work situation that's not serving you, you know, the only way out is through. Meaning if you're not putting any effort into a new beginning, into finding a new job, or if it's like what ultimately you're wanting is to work on this passion project, to do your own work, you know, you're not going to create it if you don't create it, right? You know, this isn't going to become your business, your money maker, if you're not putting that time and effort and focus. And not that you haven't, but I'm getting that some of you could have reached a lull. Like, again, like some of you feel in pause, maybe you had a block. So you're just, again, I'm getting like, you're just letting things maybe happen. Okay, for some of you with the Ace of Swords too, there might be things that get cut out of your life. And that's not to say that your job gets cut out. Like, you know, maybe there could be some aspect that gets cut. And maybe, you know, for a small portion, it's possible. But just take this, if this happens, this is just for your greatest good. This is just getting you out of your comfort zone. However, I don't think it's for everybody. Some of you, it could be a cutting of hours at work. Or, like just take what resonates, but there could definitely be the higher powers at work cutting this out to kind of get you to shake up. And again, like, remember, shake that money maker. Now I'm getting, you know, that they might shake you to like get some movement out of you, to get a reaction out of you. So again, it's for your highest good if such things happen, but you know, don't be alarmed, okay? Because it's going to be different for everyone. Okay, so the 7th house of partnerships, marriage, relationships, we have the Queen of Wands, clarified by the Hierophant. So some of you, the Queen of Wands, it doesn't have to be a woman. So whether you're a woman or man watching this, for a woman or man, take what resonates. But some of you could definitely be involved with a fire sign, whether male or female, or someone who's very fiery. You could be married to this person with the Hierophant. And I heard bonded for life. So maybe some of you already have or are, and I'm getting attached, or some of you already have or attached to your person. So for some of you, if you're not married, maybe you live with them, maybe you've been with them for a long time. So you're like, I already have my person. This is already, you know, this is already finalized. This is already done. And this could be also too, if some of you are not wanting to do your own work because you're worried about, you know, your money, you know, your, I was getting bread and butter. Like you're worried if you leave where you get your financial security that you maybe, you know, you don't want to be on uneasy ground, and maybe you don't want to piss off your partner. You know, maybe they even have wanted you to stay where you're at. Again, take what resonates. If you aren't with someone, this could be where, okay, I'm getting, some of you could have had a domineering parent or someone, or upbringing or guardian, something that maybe where you grew up being told like you need to have this, that, or the other, and this social programming keeps you stuck in this loop, because then you can't free yourself to do what you're wanting because you are too much in this mindset of what you were conditioned or what you were told within your upbringing or by a parent or guardian, whether they're still telling you this or not. But it's definitely something, I am getting come out of your shell. So again, if like that's something where you need to reveal what you're wanting to do, and some of this could be like a part of yourself maybe you haven't revealed, because again, like this could have been, there could be some fear attached to this upbringing or this, you know, parent or guardian or even a partner. And again, for some of you, this is just like you are securing your partnership and this is your person, you know, whether things are good or bad, and that's all it's saying. But again, for some of you, it could be going back to these other issues of you not wanting to branch out from what you're doing in your job because you're worried that that's not going to bring you income, and you're worried about pissing this person off, whoever they are. And I do want to just, I'm being told to share with you that things aren't always what they're perceived, okay? So just going back to, that conditioning, that programming, how you perceive things doesn't mean that that's the way they are or going to be. Okay, the 8th house of the zodiac, which deals with death, sex, taxes, occult, inheritances. We have the Empress, and clarified by the King of Swords. Okay, so for some of you with this Empress card, this is about, again, going back to creativity or something you're trying to create or manifest. And this King of Swords, again, this could, I'm getting this could be more so you maybe within your headspace, within your mind. Again, the King of Swords, whether you're male, female, it could be either. I just feel this is this mental energy of holding yourself back, and that's your creative block. You getting in your head, you getting in your way. And I'm getting guided to say that create what you're wanting, what you're envisioning, what to the best of your ability. Just create it. Don't think about anything else besides that creation process. Be in the moment, and then once it's fully created, then you could start thinking about the what or the how or the when. Don't worry about that now when you're busy creating. And again, for some of you, you might be you could have been in the final stages, and that's why it's difficult, because you're maybe some of you have to do some last touches for whatever it is you're working on. And again, it could be so some of you could be finalizing this, and this is where this is kind of harder for those of you. But again, for those of you in the creative stages, whether beginning, middle, finish, it's still I feel like it's a mental block, a mental barrier that you need to get past. Again, this could be go back to childhood, beliefs, conditioning, a partner, again, take what resonates. For some of you might want to, with that Empress card, want to have a baby. And maybe some of you might not be on the same page with your partner. Again, take what resonates. Maybe they're not sure it's the right time, but for you, you feel it's the right time. So again, it's just, you have to decide amongst yourselves, because ultimately you both have to be on board with this, and and then I was getting baby on board. So yeah, you both have to be on board if you're going to have a baby on board. So for some of you, this could be you are on board, but maybe it's just, maybe it's not happening. And so one or both parties could be frustrated. Again, take what resonates. So now we're going to go to the 9th house. So travel, education. So you have the 4 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting that some of you actually need a staycation or a vacation, but not where you have to do a lot. With the 4 of Swords, you're needing rest, especially mental rest. And the 3 of Wands, it's but you're not really wanting to go out and venture out. So it's more about you might need some downtime and rest. So this travel is actually, not necessarily leaving the home or going far. It's just maybe you need some time on your own and some distance, distance yourself to get clear on what it is you're wanting, and just give yourself some rest and recuperation. Because also it's I'm getting that some of you are seeking these answers with the 3 of Wands, and they're not coming because they have to come from within for your situations. So this is where you need that time to yourself, no distractions, to get in touch with what it is you're truly wanting and how to proceed. The 10th house is career success. So we have the Moon card followed by the 6 of Cups. Okay, so again, going back to childhood, some of you, those childhood wounds, that's preventing you from the success and you might not know what is preventing you or holding you back. And that's with the Moon. Like, things are hidden, things are in the dark. You know, this could be where the shadow self, we all have a shadow self and aspects of ourselves, and these are being revealed to you, and you might not be noticing them or paying attention or knowing. Again, I'm getting like about some of you aren't really paying attention. So you really need to open your eyes a bit and wake up. And like I said, having that time to yourself where you're able to, because if life is constantly busy, we have distractions, we can't get in touch with our intuition, our higher selves, because our mind is, is filled with chatter, right? So we need to get clear, and you need that silence. So, but yeah, definitely for some of you, this could be childhood that's rearing its head. And that's why maybe you're not pushing past a certain level, or you're not getting your success, or not becoming fully who you are even, is what I'm getting because of this. Some of you might have had a past failure in career, or some of you, it's the opposite. Some of you had successes in your past, and you're looking upon them with fondness. And it doesn't even have to be with what you're trying to do or what you're doing now. It could just be like you could be looking on your life. I'm getting like a looking glass, and you're looking on all these fond memories of what you had before, how you were before, like your glory days. But something that, like, it's good to like remember good times, and yeah, be happy about them, but also you have to be in the present, you have to be in the now and create in the now. So it's not doing you any good to just keep reflecting and not being present. So I hope that makes sense. Again, take what resonates. So the 11th house, friends, groups, acquaintances, social interactions, dreams, hopes, aspirations. We have the 5 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So definitely, like, when it comes, if this is you regarding you're trying to create something, definitely dreams and hopes wise, you feel like there's this battle, and the battle is within. It's within yourself. It's within your mind, your headspace. You're not sure what you're to do. This is why, again, you need your travel, your vacation needs to be a staycation, party of one, where you could figure out this, where you gain this clarity. Also, there could be maybe, for some of you, could have friendships or people around you who are like duking it out, and not to say that like they're actually physically fighting. I hope not. This is more like there might be like bickering or drama or chaos around you, and this is part of why you need to go get away from that, because all this drama is also creating it's creating clutter in your life, is what I'm getting. And that's why also you need to get clear and stay away from this, because this is also lowering your vibration. And this isn't going to help you, push past the point of what you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to create. So if people are drama, tell them. It's funny, it's funny what comes through from spirit, like save the drama for your mama, so like tell them, like, okay, like, if they're really your friends and, people that care about you, and you need to take some time away, from this drama, from this chaos, then do it. But again, like, it's like, for some of you, it's not even like you're not even necessarily involved in it. Like, some people might be calling you to tell you about their problems, or this drama or that. And again, it's like not necessarily, if it's not serving you, if it's lowering your vibration, and it's not to say like someone can't vent, but at the same point, if you're constantly complaining or you're constantly repeating this drama to person after person, it's going beyond venting. It's, becoming complaining. It's become, you're not being able to let go. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're constantly in this energy, then you're in this loop of drama and this. So, whether it's you are in this or it's people around you, you just have to be mindful that that's not helping you with what you're wanting to do in your life, manifest and create. Okay, the 12th house, So what is hidden, what is unconscious, what needs to be seen in your life? We have the Emperor, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, again, I heard shake that moneymaker. So definitely, the Seven of Pentacles, this is about like, you know, you're planting your seeds, you know, you're, you know, like long-term goals, like what you're trying to harvest, what you're trying to create. And it's like in this card, look how there's that stairs, you know, like her ready to pick her pentacles, you know, so like she grew this money tree, you know, and then she has the pentacles that have blossomed. She's ready to pick them. With this Emperor energy, this is a masculine energy. You know, whether you're male or female, we all have a masculine side as well as a feminine side to us. You know, whether, you know, we're in a female or male body, whether we're a feminine or masculine soul, we all have a feminine and masculine sides to us. So with the masculine side, this is action oriented. This is, you know, more the rules of the mind, the logic. So definitely, again, I'm getting this energy of possibly holding yourself back because there needs to be a balance. And maybe this is where, okay, because we have the Empress and the Emperor counterparts, right? So the Empress was in your 8th house. And for some of you, like I said, it was that creative block. Or for some of you, if you're wanting to have children. So you're feeling blocked, things aren't happening, things aren't manifesting. And the Empress is the receptive energy, is patient, is intuitive, is creative. So you might be too much in your masculine energy that you're not enough in your feminine energy to create and also to receive, because if you were constantly the giver, you are not open to receiving, which is that you won't receive these benefits. You won't receive this abundance, you know, whatever you're wanting. So I think if this resonates for you, you're maybe, for some of you, might be too much in your masculine energy right now. And you need to confront that and get more unbalanced and bring in more of that feminine energy. Because, yeah, this is all great and fine, what you're trying to, you know, logically put out there and using your mind for certain things, but you can't, it's just not going to take you all the way, is what I'm getting. Okay. So the bonus card we have underneath was the Chariot. So definitely you could be moving ahead. Oh, and okay, that's funny because I was meaning to say moving ahead, but then I, for some reason, stopped at moving. So for some of you, you could actually be moving. However, for some of you, this is about moving forward with your plans. However, we all have free will choice. So if you choose to take the guidance and apply it to your situation, because again, this is a collective reading, so everyone's going to be, you know, slightly different or different, but you do have what it takes to move forward. And also, I don't always say this, but like different cards could relate to different signs. So I did hear Cancer, which is Cancer and Chariot do go together. So there is a possibility that for some of you, you could have Cancer in your chart, or you could be involved with the Cancer. But again, Cancer does rule the 4th house of the zodiac, which deals with home and family. So again, that goes back to some of you might be moving. Also at the, let's see. Oh, sorry. There was one more card clarifying this. Chariot. And we have the 10 of Cups. Oh, so definitely a happy home, a happy family. So some of you, again, might be moving. And I didn't even know that this card, I just realized I forgot about that card and I didn't even see what it was. And again, for some of you who've been wanting to have kids, wanting to get pregnant, maybe we're having issues, things will finally manifest. Things will finally, you know, you'll finally get pregnant or, you know, but, okay, so one thing I'm getting to is, like if you're heavily focused on something, it might need to just detach from your outcome to let it unfold naturally, is what I'm getting. But again, like this is beautiful. The Chariot and the 10 of Cups, like, however, at the bottom of the deck, the card that did show itself was the 8 of Swords. So again, it's like I don't feel anyone's necessarily holding you back but yourself and your mind. And again, some of this could be that conditioning, but ultimately it's up to you. You know, we all have, there are so many things out of our control, but what we do have control over is ourselves. So you just have to get clear-headed, and you just need to get your mind right. Okay, so the blessings that came through. Okay, and then now this is funny. This now makes sense why you have these blessings. So we have a blessing on your family and a blessing for unity where once there was division. Okay, so definitely for some of you might be feeling like if once you are pregnant, you have this child or children, it's like, coming, having that family finally. For some of you, if it's like where you're living has been, you've been wanting to move, maybe this is what is going to help for whatever reason. Maybe where you and your family were living, maybe there was complications. For some of you, if this is about, your marriage or person that you live with, this could be about if there was some kind of struggles, like maybe if they weren't supportive of what you wanted to do, maybe if, you see this and, or have a talk with them, it's like, okay, bridging that gap so then they could understand where you're coming from. For some of you, this could be about if you were attached to someone, meaning like, I'm not getting attached in a bad way. I'm getting attached as in like you have a significant other, maybe you live together, but maybe now you decide to get married and move forward with your plans to be together, or maybe it's that you do move in together. So definitely that's coming through. Also for those of you that I talked about, for some of you could have like those family foes or like those, that kind of thing, or, family members you haven't talked to. There could be that unity too, where you come into harmony. And that could just be because you heed the advice of being the bigger person and not letting little things get the best of you that are petty. Especially if, the party or parties involved are bitter. Or it could be like if there was someone from a long time, maybe you do have some resolution or at least reach some agreement. Again, take what resonates. This is different scenarios coming in. And I'm just getting the image of like someone like kissing you, but not in a romantic way, like kissing like almost like on the cheek. So again, this could be like, this isn't for everybody, but some of you, this could be like, like if someone hadn't seen you in a while. And I did also get the feeling for some of you that it could, again, this isn't for everyone. I got for some of you, it's about like someone who's passed on. I was kind of getting more of like a, grandparent, like like a grandma or something, but again, it's not for everybody, but I did kind of get that like elder family vibe who like would always kiss you on the cheek, and I did get that for some of you. It could be someone that had passed on. Again, take what resonates. Okay, so for your tea leaf reading cards, we have Eagle, Triumph over troubles, obstacles, and totally when this fell out, I was getting the song Fly Like an Eagle. So this is beautiful, the eagle, about triumph. And it's like I got, like the main thing you have to overcome is your mind, your limitations, your programming. And not to say again, like some of this, like I said, there were some squabbles or troubles, like family or friends or people around you, whether you were involved or not. But I wasn't, for most of you, I wasn't getting like anything big. And again, like there was this bridge in this gap, this unity. So you also have bow. You were highly thought of. And then also when I got bow, even though it's showing a hair bow, I was getting bow and arrow. So this could also be about what you're trying to, like a bow you're trying to shoot off and make your target. Some of you are not wanting to miss your mark. So this is why, so I'm getting that for some of you, this highly thought of is you are highly thinking of how to make your mark. We have horseshoe, good luck. Again, like, great cards right now. And then we have eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. So again, when I talked about feminine energy is intuitive, is receptive. So you just need to come more into your feminine energy. Another thing that I got is, I didn't mention this. I did say Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, but if you are on the cusp of Aries, Taurus, or if you're on a cusp at all, you'll want to check maybe the other sign too, because there are a couple of things that were reminding me of the Aries reading. Not many things, just a couple. So if you have Aries in your chart or on the cusp of Aries, Taurus, you might want to check out that reading just because there were messages in there. There's possibly messages in there for you as well. So this is your reading. I do have an extended that I will be doing. Again, I will clarify more with the tarot cards, some of these things that came up that were maybe to get more in depth. I'm not going to go over each house, but kind of go over the core themes. I'm also going to pull romance angels, angel answers, magical mermaids and dolphins, as well as another oracle deck. So if you do want to purchase that, the details will be in the description. And if you liked this video and it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, as well as follow me on Instagram, The Magical Maven. So I send you all love and light. Bye.